Imagine a world where your energy is your most valuable currency. Every second you spend worrying about others, explaining yourself, or seeking validation is a second stolen from your own progress. The truth is, real growth happens in silence. The greatest minds, the most influential people, the ones who change the world, do they announce their every move? No, they work in the dark, they build in silence. And when they emerge, the world is left in awe. The reason most people never reach their true potential is that they spend too much time focusing on everything except themselves. They are distracted by competition, by criticism, by the need to prove something to the world. But those who truly achieve greatness understand that success is not about making noise, it's about making impact. When you focus on yourself, you gain power. When you stop explaining, start executing, you create mystery. And mystery is powerful. Look at nature. Does a seed announce to the world that it will grow into a mighty tree? No, it buries itself in the soil, away from sight, and in complete silence it strengthens its roots. It fights through the darkness, through the challenges, and when it finally breaks through, it stands tall, unshaken. This is how success is built. This is how true power is developed without noise, without unnecessary announcements, without external validation. The problem is, society conditions us to seek approval. From childhood, we are taught to ask for permission, to wait for applause, to seek recognition before we have even proven ourselves. People post their dreams, announce their goals, talk about what they are going to do, and in doing so, they lose momentum before they even begin. The moment you let noise in, distractions follow. The moment you explain your vision to those who don't share it, doubt creeps in. Not everyone will understand your path, and they don't have to. Your growth is yours. Your discipline is yours. Your dreams belong to you. Think about the most successful people in history. They didn't spend their energy convincing others of their worth. They proved it through their work. They didn't waste time responding to doubters. They let their results silence every critic. They didn't talk about their plans. They executed them. And when the world finally noticed, it was already too late for anyone to stop them. Instead of talking, work. Instead of seeking validation, validate yourself through progress. Instead of sharing your plans, let your success reveal them. The loudest person in the room is rarely the most powerful. True power moves in silence. True confidence doesn't need an audience. True success doesn't demand attention, it earns it. So focus on yourself, ignore the noise, move in silence, build relentlessly, and when the time comes, let your results make the noise for you. Because those who are truly powerful never have to say they are. Every person is given the same 24 hours in a day, but what separates the extraordinary from the ordinary is how that time and energy are spent. Some waste their energy worrying about what others think, seeking approval, chasing validation, and explaining their every move. But those who truly achieve something understand that energy is not infinite. It must be guarded, protected, invested wisely. The moment you allow distractions, doubts, or unnecessary conversations to drain you, you take away from your own progress. The world is filled with voices, opinions, and noise. People will always have something to say. Some will doubt you, some will question your path, and others will simply not understand. But why waste time proving yourself to those who don't matter? Why give explanations when you could be using that energy to build something great? The strongest people, the ones who make history, are the ones who realize early that their energy must be directed toward their goals, their growth, and their vision. Imagine a flame. If you shield it, fuel it, and protect it from the wind, it grows into a powerful fire. But if you expose it too soon, let the wind reach it, or try to show it off before it's strong, it flickers and dies. That flame is your focus, your energy, your potential. The more you protect it, the more powerful it becomes. The secret to success is not in explaining, defending, or proving anything to anyone. It is in staying committed to yourself and putting your energy where it truly matters, and in understanding that not everything deserves your attention. The more you focus on yourself and stay silent, the stronger you become. And when the time comes, you won't need to prove anything. Your success will say everything. The most powerful transformations happen in silence. Look at the way nature works. The most significant changes are never loud. A seed doesn't announce when it's about to grow into a mighty tree. It simply strengthens its roots beneath the soil, unseen and unnoticed, until one day it stands tall for the world to witness. This is how true success is built, not through noise, not through constant explanations, but through quiet, relentless effort that speaks for itself when the time is right. The world today is obsessed with making noise. People want instant recognition, quick validation, and applause for things they haven't even fully achieved. But those who truly understand the game of success know that the loudest person in the room is rarely the most powerful. The ones who create lasting impact don't waste time talking about their plans, execute them in silence. While others are busy seeking attention, they are mastering their craft. While others are explaining their every move, they are moving forward, step by step, without distraction. Every moment spent explaining yourself to others is a moment taken away from your own progress. Every ounce of energy wasted on proving yourself to people who don't even understand your vision is energy that could have been used to build something extraordinary. The greatest minds, the most revolutionary thinkers, the ones who leave behind legacies, they don't waste time arguing or seeking approval. They work, they create, they innovate. And when they finally reveal what they've built, the world is left speechless. There is power in silence. It keeps you focused. It keeps you unpredictable. It keeps you in control. When you move in silence, you eliminate distractions. You don't allow negativity, doubts, or unnecessary opinions to take up space in your mind. You become untouchable because no one knows your next move until it's already done. Work in silence. Grow in silence. Let your results make the noise, because the ones who are truly building something great don't need to announce that they just become it. One of the biggest traps in life is comparison. The moment you start looking sideways, watching what others are doing, measuring your success against theirs, you begin to lose sight of your own path. Every person has a unique journey, a different timeline, and their own battles to fight. Yet so many people waste their energy trying to compete with others instead of improving themselves. They seek validation, craving approval from a world that will never truly be satisfied. But the ones who achieve greatness know that the only competition that matters is the one with the person in the mirror. Focusing on others is a distraction. The energy you spend wondering what people think, explaining yourself, or trying to prove your worth is energy that could be invested in becoming better, stronger, and smarter. The most successful people don't chase applause. They don't announce their every move. They understand that recognition is a byproduct of mastery, not a requirement for it. They stay locked in, sharpening their skills, perfecting their craft, and pushing themselves beyond limits. Think of an athlete training before a big competition. Do they spend their time talking about how great they are, or do they push their limits in silence? Do they look around at others comparing their progress, or do they stay focused on improving their own speed, strength, and technique? The answer is clear. Victory belongs to those who block out the noise, keep their heads down, and stay committed to their growth. Seeking approval is a never-ending game. And no matter how much you try to please people, there will always be someone who doubts you, criticizes you, or underestimates you. The moment you stop looking for validation is the moment you gain power. You don't need the world to understand your journey. You don't need permission to chase your dreams. Your value is not defined by how many people approve of you. It is defined by what you create, what you build, and how much effort you put into becoming the best version of yourself. Greatness is a silent process. It doesn't seek attention. It doesn't ask for approval. It simply happens. So stop looking around, stop explaining yourself, stop chasing applause. Focus on your own path, work in silence, and let your success be the only proof you ever need. There is an undeniable power in silence. In a world where everyone is eager to announce their plans, prove their worth, and seek attention, the ones who hold real strength are those who move quietly. The more you talk, the more you reveal, and the more you invite unnecessary opinions, doubts, and distractions. But when you focus on your work without explaining, without justifying, without constantly seeking validation, you become an enigma, unpredictable, unstoppable, and undeniably powerful. The greatest minds, the true visionaries, never waste time convincing others of their potential. They know that the moment they start explaining themselves, they open the door for criticism, negativity, and distractions. Instead, they channel all their energy into mastering their craft, refining their skills, and taking action. They understand that mystery is a weapon. When people don't know your next move, they can't interfere, they can't doubt you, they can't hold you back. Think about the way the most successful people operate. They don't announce every step they take. They don't share their ideas before they are fully realized. They don't waste time trying to prove themselves to those who won't understand. They build in silence, they grow in silence, and when they finally reveal what they've been working on, the world is left in awe. Their success speaks for itself. When you keep your plans to yourself, you maintain control. You don't allow external voices to plant seeds of doubt in your mind. You don't give your energy to unnecessary discussions. You don't waste time defending your dreams to people who don't share your vision. Instead, you stay focused, you stay disciplined, you keep moving forward step by step with unshakable confidence. The strongest people are the ones who don't need to explain their power. The most successful people are the ones who let their results do the talking. When you stop announcing your every move and start working in silence, you become a force that no one can predict, no one can stop, and no one can stop, and no one can control. Stay focused, stay silent. Let your success create the noise for you. Nature holds the greatest lessons for those who are willing to observe. A seed does not scream for attention when it is planted. It does not announce its potential, nor does it seek approval before it begins to grow. It simply buries itself in the soil, hidden from the world, and does the necessary work in complete silence. It strengthens its roots, deepens its foundation, and prepares itself for the moment when it will rise. And when it finally breaks through the surface, it does not ask for applause. It stands tall, unshaken, and lets its presence speak for itself. Success follows the same principle. The strongest individuals, the ones who achieve greatness, do not waste time seeking validation. They do not share every thought, every plan, or every step they take. Instead, they do the work behind the scenes, in the unseen hours, while the rest of the world is distracted by noise. They understand that true growth happens in the moments no one else sees, in the late nights of relentless effort, in the early mornings of disciplined action, in the quiet sacrifices made when no one is watching. There is a reason why the loudest people in the room are rarely the most powerful. Those who constantly seek attention, who announce their every move, who demand recognition before they have even accomplished anything, they burn out quickly. They expose their weaknesses, invite unnecessary opinions, and allow doubts to creep in. But those who keep their focus inward, who work in silence, who trust the process without needing external approval, they are the ones who rise with unshakable strength. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is the ability to be patient in the darkness. Many people give up too soon because they don't see immediate results. They want the world to recognize their efforts before they have fully grown. But just like the seed that takes time to develop before breaking through the soil, success is a slow process. It requires consistency, dedication, and an unwavering belief in oneself. The moment you stop seeking instant validation and instead focus on steady, silent growth, you gain the kind of strength that cannot be shaken by doubt or criticism. Let nature be your teacher. Do the work in silence. Strengthen your roots before reaching for the sky. Move without noise, grow without seeking permission, and when the time is right, let the results of your efforts stand tall like a tree that needs no introduction. True power doesn't need to be announced. It is simply undeniable. Talking too much about your goals, your dreams, and your plans can be the very thing that stops you from achieving them. The moment you announce your ambitions, you invite unnecessary opinions, doubts, and negativity from people who may not see your vision the way you do. Words can give you a temporary feeling of accomplishment, making you feel as if you've already achieved something just by speaking about it, but real success doesn't come from talking, it comes from doing. There's a hidden power in keeping your goals to yourself. When you move in silence, you protect your energy. You don't waste time explaining your every step to those who don't understand. You don't seek approval from those who might discourage you. Instead, you keep your head down, stay focused, and let your actions do the talking. Success is built in private, in the quiet moments of dedication and discipline, long before the world ever sees the results. Many people make the mistake of sharing their plans too soon, hoping for motivation from others. But motivation that comes from external sources is weak. It fades quickly. True motivation comes from within, from the fire that burns inside you, the hunger to achieve and the desire to prove something to yourself, not to the world. The more you talk about what you're going to do, the less energy you have left to actually do it. The more you announce your next move, the more distractions you create for yourself. Think about the most successful individuals in the world. They don't waste time proving themselves through words. They don't reveal their strategies before they execute them. They work in silence, build in silence, and only speak when their success is undeniable. And when they finally reveal what they have been working on, the world is left in awe, not because they talked about it, but because they actually did it. Every moment spent discussing your plans is a moment taken away from executing them. Every ounce of energy wasted on explaining yourself could be used to move forward. Discipline is about action, not conversation. Focus on your work, let go of the need to announce your progress, and keep your goals locked in your heart until they become reality. When the time comes, you won't need to say a word. Your success will be loud enough for the world to hear. Distractions are everywhere. The world is filled with noise, opinions, gossip, unnecessary drama, and constant comparisons that pull people away from their true purpose. Many waste their time focusing on what others are doing, engaging in meaningless discussions, and getting caught up in things that do not contribute to their growth. But those who truly succeed understand one simple truth. Time is the most valuable asset, and wasting it on anything that does not serve your purpose is a mistake you cannot afford to make. The greatest achievers in history did not allow themselves to be consumed by distractions. They did not spend hours debating their plans, responding to critics, or justifying their decisions. Instead, they remained locked in, committed to their goals, and disciplined in their approach. Every second they could have wasted on meaningless noise was instead invested in their craft, their learning, and their progress. The more you engage with distractions, the further you drift from your path. Arguments, negativity, and unnecessary conversations do nothing but drain your energy. When you explain yourself to people who don't understand your vision, you give them power over your mindset. When you react to negativity, you allow it to influence your direction. But when you stay silent and focused, you remain in control. You dictate your journey, you protect your energy, you move forward without interference. Imagine a river that flows smoothly toward its destination. The moment it encounters an obstacle, it does not stop to argue with it. It does not waste time trying to prove its strength. It simply finds another way and continues moving. That is how you must operate, flowing past negativity, ignoring the noise, and staying focused on what truly matters. The world will always try to pull you into distractions. People will try to provoke you, slow you down, or make you doubt yourself. But you must remember that every minute spent engaging with distractions is a minute taken away from your progress. Success does not come to those who waste time proving themselves. It comes to those who stay committed, who work in silence, and who refuse to let anything or anyone pull them off their path. Stay focused, stay disciplined, let go of distractions, and put all your energy into your purpose. Because in the end, those who stay silent and keep moving are the ones who truly make an impact. Silence is not just the absence of noise, it is a powerful strategy. It is the conscious decision to guard your energy, protect your vision, and build your strength without seeking constant validation. In a world where everyone seems to have something to say, the ones who achieve greatness are often the ones who say the least. They don't feel the need to explain themselves at every turn, to announce their next move, or to defend their ideas to those who don't understand. They let their work speak for itself, and that silence becomes their greatest weapon. When you stop talking about what you're going to do and start doing it, you enter a realm where the distractions of the world no longer matter. No one can challenge your progress if they don't know where you're headed. No one can disrupt your focus if you don't reveal your plans prematurely. Silence is power because it keeps you in control of your narrative. When others are busy asking questions and doubting your potential, you are quietly moving toward your goals step by step, making progress without interference. Think of a chess player planning their next move. The best players don't announce their strategy to the world. They observe, they think, and they act decisively. Their silence doesn't reflect weakness, but strength. It reflects a deep understanding of the game, of the steps they must take, and the confidence that comes with knowing that their plan will unfold in its own time. The more they focus and the less they speak, the more effective they become. When you stop talking about your goals, you gain freedom. You no longer feel the need to justify your decisions or prove your worth to anyone. You free up your energy to invest in your growth and in executing your vision. Your power lies in your ability to stay focused, to stay silent, and to remain true to the work in front of you. The people who are truly making waves are the ones who are so deeply immersed in their journey that they don't need to announce every detail. They are too busy creating, too busy building, too busy making progress. They understand that results are the ultimate form of communication, so they let their work speak, and they let the results do the talking. Silence is strategy because it keeps you aligned with your purpose and free from distractions. By moving quietly, you give yourself the space to grow, to think, and to act in ways that others cannot predict or disrupt. It's in that silence that you find the clarity to make the boldest moves, to take the biggest risks, and to achieve things that will speak for themselves without a word being said. The world often operates in a cycle of constant noise, comparison, and external validation. Social media, the opinions of others, the demands of society, all push us to constantly share, showcase, and explain ourselves. But in doing so, we often lose sight of the only thing that truly matters, the deep internal drive to achieve something extraordinary. The truth is that the louder you get, the further away you drift from your true purpose, And the more you share, the more you expose yourself to criticism, doubt, and distractions that derail you from your vision. There is an undeniable power in solitude, in the quiet moments when it's just you and your thoughts, free from the noise of the world. It's in these moments that clarity is born. It's where creativity thrives and where the most significant breakthroughs happen. In silence, you are not distracted by the opinions of others or the pressures of performing for an audience. You are simply focused on the work in front of you, moving forward at your own pace, aligned with your vision, and immersed in your journey. The moment you stop feeling the need to explain yourself is the moment you gain true power. You no longer allow others to dictate your pace or your path. You stop seeking permission, validation, or approval from anyone but yourself. You trust your instincts, listen to your heart, and dedicate yourself to building something that truly matters to you. Every time you speak about your goals, every time you try to convince others of your worth, you are giving away pieces of your energy, your focus, and your precious time. These are resources that should be used for growth, not for justifying your dreams to those who may never understand them. The most successful individuals in the world, those who change industries, innovate, and leave lasting legacies, are often the ones who speak the least. They don't need to announce every move, every idea, or every triumph. They simply work. They build, they execute. And when the time is right, their success becomes the loudest statement. The noise of the world fades into silence as their results speak for themselves, louder than any words ever could. Success is not about constant chatter. It's about doing. It's about focusing on the path and not getting lost in the opinions of others. So stop explaining yourself. Stop sharing every detail of your journey with the world. Work in silence. Build in silence. And when the time comes, let your actions, your results, and your achievements speak for themselves, louder than any words you could ever say. To truly harness the power of silence, you must embrace the concept of focusing solely on your inner journey, your purpose, your vision, and your mission, and allow these things to drive you rather than external validation. In a world that constantly demands attention, that values loud deck results, it can be easy to forget that real, lasting success is rarely immediate, and it is often the quiet, consistent work that builds the foundation for greatness. It's tempting to share your ideas with others, to seek approval, and to validate your efforts. But the truth is that the most successful people, the ones who make the greatest impact, are those who know that the quiet work is what matters most. Every successful person, every innovator, every leader who has achieved something remarkable has worked in silence for the most part. They've worked through the late nights, the quiet hours, and the moments when no one was watching. They've been focused on their vision without distraction, ignoring the need to explain themselves, and instead dedicating themselves entirely to the process. This is what allows them to create something that others can only dream of. They don't get lost in comparing themselves to others or seeking attention. They stay focused on what's important and trust the process. Imagine the potential you could unlock if you decided to stop explaining yourself, to stop seeking constant affirmation from those around you, and instead focused all your energy on doing the work. How much could you achieve if you stopped wasting time on conversations that don't contribute to your goals and instead poured that energy into action? It's in those moments of focused effort that you move closer to greatness. When you refuse to be distracted, when you refuse to explain yourself, you become unstoppable. Real success doesn't come from being heard or seen by everyone. It comes from making a decision to stay true to your purpose, to trust that your work will speak louder than any word, and to have the confidence to move forward without needing anyone else's approval. You become the person who moves with conviction, who doesn't need to announce their next move because their actions are already speaking for them. So when the world around you gets loud, when the voices of doubt and comparison start creeping in, remember that silence is your strength. The more you keep your goals to yourself, the more energy you have to dedicate to achieving them. The more you focus on your own work and growth, the more powerful you become. And eventually your work will speak for itself loud enough that no explanation will ever be necessary. Focus on your own journey, stay silent, do the work, trust the process, because in the end it is the quiet builders, the silent creators, and the focused individuals who will leave the most lasting impact. When your success arrives, it will be so undeniable, so powerful that the world will take notice without you ever needing to say a word. That is the ultimate form of success. Let your actions, your results, and your achievements create the noise, and let that noise be your legacy.